Hello everybody, Mike here with Red River Wilds Outdoors, and after quite a while I'm back to the Mollegabet. This is part one of three on tillering. This is a fairly long process because it has to be taken extremely carefully to make sure you get the smooth bend at the right draw weight. So what I'm going to start by doing is just taking this rasp here and rounding over the back of the bow. Not too aggressively. Just making sure it's not quite squared off. And this might seem sort of counterintuitive that we'd be removing wood from back here when we want this undamaged. But the idea is that you don't want any really thick, sharp corners, right? Oh, I'm in the winter shop right now, so a little bit cramped. Don't be afraid to take a few passes here and get those edges nice and rounded over. We want a smooth transition from the front here into the back, or into the sides of the lens. Section. And on this first part here, what we're going to be doing is actually, I could definitely use some more room in here, but oh well. Now, if you remember, we only had the slightly bending pin. I, as you see, got those rounded off. But if you remember, we only got these slightly bending, right? That's about 150 pounds of force right there. So we have to start getting that to where we can push with our intended draw weight, roughly by hand, to a third of our draw length. So for me, that's 9.8 inches, roughly. So we're going to start. You can do this with a plane or a draw knife or any tool you want, really. And take your pencil and come in roughly, about that far from the bottom. It's rough. It's rough. You just do that. Bring that up just a bit. And repeat on this side. It does not have to be exact. It's just a guideline to sort of help you out with removing wood from the limbs. And then bring that up for the levers. Come back down. Just do that on the limbs. You're going to come in at an angle. That may be too aggressive. Back that off just a touch. And you're going to stay clear of that line. And coming in at this angle here does let you clear that, fill that gap with the blade fairly well. You may still have to come in and manually. Do this. And you're going to work your way in from the edges there. And it's at this point that you want to avoid any sort of prop twist on the limbs, or you'll have string alignment issues, which you'll be able to see because your limbs won't be quite lined up. You can fix that later on, but trying to avoid it in the first place is, and the earlier you can start avoiding it or addressing it, the better. So you're just going to keep doing this, and your bottom's going to sort of start rounding out. As you start to move in to the belly of the limb. Yes, even though we want the levers fairly stationary, we are going to take this up to the levers. Because we need to it's cutting. And as you're going to see, like I said, the bottom is going to start rounding over on the belly, or the back, or the belly is going to start rounding over. And so what we want, just keep coming in from the edge, come in as close to the fade as you can. And come in across the edge to round that off before we do the next step. So with that drawn bend test, what we're going to do Alright, so that's bending quite a bit more now. Let's get the other limb worked on just a bit, and I will see you shortly. Alright, let's see how this is going now. So, that on the ground, hand up on the tip. Oh yeah, that's getting lighter. I'd say that's about I can't tell exactly. That's not too bad though. I'd say that's maybe 90 pounds that I'm pushing on that with. Yeah, so needs more work, but it's getting better. Alright, so fair number of shavings later, I'm starting to pull in at about 60 pounds at 3 inches-ish. 3 or 4 inches. So, starting to make progress. And you just sort of repeat that whole process until you get to the stage where it's tillered. You notice that the fades to the levers has become a lot less pronounced. And that's what we want. Because that actually, we want that to have just a slight flex to it as we draw. Alright, so that's about ready for long string tillering, which will come out next week. It's got a bit of a positive tiller, which means that limb's a little bit stiffer, but that's about 60, or that's about somewhere between 60 and 70 pounds. And yeah, that means I can get a long string knock to knock and call this good. And that's that sort of rounded profile I talked about. So, yep, this is good until I get it on the tree. And that's the next stage of tillering, where I'm actually going to start making this a smooth arc. I will see you guys next time on Red River Wilds Outdoors. If you haven't seen the rest of this, go check out the Mollegabet build series.